Average Joe Project, episode 2, starting now. I'm gonna talk to you about the topic of this week's episode, and that is food or supplemental feeding programs for deer and turkeys, but mainly deer. And I have a little bit of work to do because I need to fill our feeders, and I have about 2,000 pounds of protein feed from GB Feeds, buck chow, and then got some regular corn. I got a lot of work to do. So all of our bucks on property, with the exception of one like 1.5-year old 8-pointer, have all dropped their antlers. And I've always wanted to have this, like the last 2 years on our cameras over the feeders, and it's just never happened. And it finally happened. A buck dropped right on camera. We didn't get it on camera, but all of a sudden I could see the antler laying in the dirt, and yeah, it's pretty cool. So this buck is a buck that we didn't really have that many pictures of or any type of sightings of all year round, right until the rut. And then I passed him, he came in, I passed him at like 30 yards on the east side of our property. He had a massive body. I thought it was actually a different deer, but he's pretty neat. I mean, he's got long beams. You know, I think he's gonna be all right for a 2.5-year-old. So he'll be 3 this year, I'd say. He could be 1.5, but I doubt it. He had just too big of a body, but he dropped his left side early, like right around the first of the year. So who knows where that is, but yeah, cool to find. This is our east feeder, and it is solely for corn. It's got a spreader in it, and so we set it on a timer. It goes off. We normally have it twice a day. In the off season, right now, we just have it once a day just because they'll go through it so fast. As you can see, I thought it was going through it a lot faster than it was. I'm probably gonna kick it up a little bit to get a little bit more out. Unfortunate part is we're having a lot of raccoons coming in right now. And it sucks because they are just, I mean, they'll just come through and eat it all in one night that's on the ground. So you gotta play the balancing game of that because yes, you are gonna lose a lot. As a matter of fact, there's a ton of birds as well I can see in the trees. I kicked them off when I came in. I don't know if you guys saw, but there was a deer on this. I don't know if it showed it on the video, but that scattered out of here. So yeah, let me get to work on loading these up. This feeder's a little harder to get into, but interesting. I thought it was about almost empty, but she's about full. Well, I probably got a lot more corn than I need, but more the merrier. So why did I choose to use GB Feeds buck chow? Well, a couple reasons. Number one, I got to know the owner, Greg Beaker, really well. I actually met him through social media because he was really leading the charge on when Kansas was trying to impose a feeding or supplemental feeding ban. He's the one that voiced a lot of the concerns or opposition, saying, you know, why he felt it was appropriate to keep it. And I don't want to go into all of that. That might be for another video, but it got me speaking to him through online. And then we got to meet him when we came out here and started to do this feed program. And he walked me through why his feed might be a little bit different than most. This, I'll just kind of show it. There's a lot of other information online. You can find him at GB Feeds on Facebook, Instagram, all of that. But the reason I like this is this feed is 20% protein, and then it also adds minerals for obviously their antler growth, and this is the time to be having this out right now. But on top of that, this is also the time for the does that are pregnant, going to be dropping fawns soon. They need all of the best feed that they can get, and right now it's pretty bare out here, with the exception of the winter wheat, which is looking fantastic. But so this has all the stuff that you need and want. It's got calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, and manganese. Those are some of the best components for a quality deer feed. And that is the main reason why I wanted to supplement this into our feeding program. But I need to be honest, there is a give and a take with both. So buck chow is about double the price of corn. And so if you can't afford to have this year round, this is probably the best time to invest into that. You know, corn is the best way I can explain it, or for the dummies like me, I'll be honest, corn is probably like McDonald's. Yeah, it fills your belly, not gonna be that great for you. Buck chow or any protein-based feed or supplemental feed is more like a 5-course meal with a filet mignon, the vegetables, everything that you need. That's the most important part, is you're giving the deer more than what they are gonna get on the landscape, especially now when everything is dead. This is a time to be working with stuff like this. One thing I probably should have said in the beginning of this, and I honestly think it should go unsaid because I think it's common knowledge, you guys need to check with your local and state regulations on if feeding, supplemental feeding is legal, when you can do it, what time of year. Actually, you even need to check to see if you can do any type of mineral site as well. So do your due diligence, guys. It's not rocket science, you know, obviously you gotta do that. But for this, my goal is just to make sure that we have the healthiest deer herd. I will tell you, the 2 years that we've owned the property, the bucks have came out of the rut in December, January, February, and now March, and they look like sickly. And I think that they run themselves ragged, even more than I have seen. And I have people sending me pictures, Minnesota, South Dakota, Iowa, Illinois. These guys just get the shit beaten out of them during the rut. So I'm trying to give them the best chance of survival, the best chance to thrive, and then in hopes that they put on the big antlers that I'm looking for once they reach maturity. So hope you guys found this informative. If you did, awesome. If you didn't, thanks for watching anyways, and we will catch you on the next one.